Either Disney moved to another residence or they stole someone else's castle.
Let us tell an old story anew.
That's all you guys do nowadays. Also, basically they saw Wicked and said, let's do that, with one of our evil female characters.
There were 2 kingdoms.
Also, narration. Moore's Land is a discount Pandora. Movie rips off the Rocks Look Like Faces thing from a bunch of movies, but the first that comes to mind is King Kong. Tree Physician.
And her name was Maleficent.
Roll credits.
Also, Maleficent?
That sounds like a cross between Malfeasance and Magnificent. You know who demonstrated magnificent malfeasance? The parents of this girl who gave her such an obvious evil villain name and then promptly died.
Good morning, Mr. Chanterelle. I love your cap.
Well, it's the same cap I've been wearing for years and years. Thanks for noticing just now. None of this shit needs to make any sense or even matter so long as you were filled with a sense of wonder. I take umbrage at the casting of this fairy. You mean to tell me these tree guards can't walk up to this kid's hiding place and arrest him? Have they been standing here for God knows how long just waiting?
My parents are dead. Mine too.
Wow, what are the odds?
What's wrong? Iron burns fairies.
Seems like something you should have noticed before you shook his hand, but hey, great way to explain your one weakness so that we know how to kill you later.
Sorry.
You could have just put it in your pocket, right?
Look who came back. I thought it worth the risk.
What risk?
What do you do for fun?
How often do you get a chance to do this for fun? Ever? How many hanging buddies do you have in this world? Fairy second base.
He told her it was true love's kiss.
But it was actually herpes. Flying through a dangerous natural obstacle course cliché.
The mysterious moors where no one dares to venture.
This is something I surely said even before we started this journey, but sometimes my men need a good reminding of why they're here, even if the trip only took an hour tops. So the tree army saves the day? Geez, Lord of the Rings much? Tree dragon. No fairies were harmed in the making of this scene, because, well, she used a tree army. And presumably all the fairies are back at home chilling and playing Call of Duty.
You!
She couldn't yell at the king from a safer distance. Also, when you flew through the battle, knocking all these soldiers down, how did you miss touching iron that whole time? Hell, during this scene alone, you should have been burned about 4 or 5 times.
And all was as it had been long ago.
Whatever that was, this relationship is whatever the narrator tells us it is. I know when I poison my girlfriends, I throw the capsule nearby so that people can see it later. Does no one in the tree army pay attention to the stuff going on among the trees? Like their leader being attacked? Conscience. Oh no, a thing! It's just like that nightmare scenario when I woke up in Mexico and my liver was gone. She did research for the scene by consulting Jennifer Aniston on what it feels like to get your wings clipped by someone you love. He's still here. Also, if you were willing to do this, why not just kill her? I mean, this is far worse than killing her, and you know it.
I have avenged you, sire.
She is vanquished.
But of course she is. Your whole army couldn't kill her a minute ago. But not at all spectacular errand boy Stefan went into the woods and killed her all by himself, of course. We interrupt this Disney fairy tale retelling to bring you the Necromancer's Castle from The Hobbit. What a dick.
I've got you!
Wait, did she know that the bird would fly over here and get caught in a net? How come her all-powerful dark magic can't just create her a new pair of wings?
What have you done to my beautiful self?
Man, for a bird, you're an awfully vain f***er, aren't you?
And in return for saving my life, I am your servant.
Couldn't she just have asked a bird to help her? King Vicus doesn't have prawn arms in this coronation. Humans helpfully leave a window open so Maleficent's new bird soldier can eavesdrop. And then the bird spy hears one sentence introducing King Stefan and flies away as though no other pertinent information could possibly be gleaned from this event. It's a good thing this day advanced so quickly into night so that the king could witness the spectacle of the green energy going into the sky. Also, how does someone with magic this powerful need a whole movie to win?
King Stefan and the Queen have had a child.
She waited 9 months just to see if a plan revealed itself to her? What has she been doing this whole time? Why do these fairies never age? And Maleficent, who we have also been told is a fairy, grows like a human child. Hey, the lights went out and there's a scary wind and stuff at the king's baby's christening. Let's all part like the Red Sea and allow the creepy new person to just waltz right up to him. Did she put a wrapping around her horns? But why? Want to understand Maleficent's powers and how and when and why they work and why there's any conflict in this movie at all? Well, f*** you.
Before the sun sets on her 16th birthday.
Damn, that's like 16 freaking years. Why not make the curse happen before her 8th birthday and split the difference?
She will prick her finger on the spindle of the spinning wheel and fall into a sleep like death.
What an oddly specific revenge plot. Why not a fishing hook or the tip of a spear? Why is your greatest revenge to make the guy that pissed you off's daughter fall asleep but not actually die? How does this even make you feel a little bit better?
She will never awaken!
I could just do it now, but 16 is good enough. What do you think I am, some kind of monster?
The princess can be woken from her death sleep, but only by true love's kiss.
Jesus. And then she left. King Stefan didn't bother to call his army or have someone throw a bucket of iron on her.
Who would take her to a remote hideaway for 16 years?
Why burn the spindles when you were going to take her to a remote place anyway? Now everyone has to sew by hand, you dick.
While his soldiers rode far and wide to hunt Maleficent down.
They had a prime chance to do that when she was here earlier, but they were probably scared by her powers. But now, though, I bet all that's changed since then. Why did they waste all that time? Stefan knows exactly where Maleficent's kingdom is, right? Oh, sweet. They don't have to use special effects for a while.
Be no questions asked. We are no longer fairies. We are 3 peasant women raising our orphan child in the woods.
Because that's common enough for there to be no questions. The f***ing crow servant finds the baby and fairies literally 60 seconds after they start hiding. And only because the fairies are so stupid they go inside without the baby.
Why are you always hiding?
Ha, these fairies are negligent. But has this baby lived long enough and interacted with these pixies long enough to always be hiding? Open window is handy for Maleficent to walk straight up and see the conveniently placed window baby. These stupid fairies agreed to take care of a kid for 16 years without any warning to King Stefan that they didn't know shit about babies? Crow sighing.
It's going to starve with those 3 looking after it.
One day in, and Maleficent already feels empathy for the creature she's trying to cause to suffer. Still can't grow your wings though, huh? Well, keep trying. You've tried, right? You could also call that amazing tree dragon and go beat these dudes up. I imagine we'll never see that tree dragon again for some reason. Oh yeah, the one weakness I've known about since I was 12.
Bring me the iron workers.
All of them? Sure you don't just want to see one of them maybe? Like the head ironworker? Maleficent spends her time messing with the 3 fairies, who used to be her loyal friends, FYI, for no reason other than the movie needs some filler, and obviously Maleficent ain't got shit to do, so... I'm still trying to figure out why Stefan entrusted these dumb fairies with caring for his daughter after mating them for 5 seconds that one day. Haha, yeah, no, there's no way these stupid-ass fairies didn't already kill this kid with stupid. She's dead. Man, we've seen the original horns, the horns wrapped in black leather, and now the horns in shiny dragon scales. This woman is dedicated to horn fashion. I guess it's a good thing she didn't jump off the part of that cliff that didn't have branches. It's not a Disney movie if some pure chick isn't making friendly with the local wildlife. Do the fairies pay any attention to where this girl is? How far from the cottage in the woods is the thorn wall? Because I'm thinking it's pretty far.
Bring them to me.
Does she really need him to bring them to her? Can't she just do whatever she needs to do right now? F***ing magic, man. How does it work? Yeah, what would Maleficent ever have done without the wolf behind these guys? Are you thinking she could just do the same thing without him? I'm thinking she could have just done the same thing without him. So she can lift other people off the ground into the air and control where they go using her magic, but she still needs wings if she wants to fly herself? This movie gives fewer f***s about you understanding its magic than the Harry Potter films. Exactly 48% of the lines Angelina Jolie says in this movie are, The subtitles on this movie just told me that these are fairies too. If they're female and fly around, they're fairies. End of story.
Wherever I went, your shadow was always with me.
What? I know the movie's trying to find a way to say she had a feeling someone was watching her, but this is a lousy-ass explanation even for this movie. Discount Schindler's List music. Absolutely none of Aurora's caretakers are freaking out worried about her absence.
When the curse fails, Maleficent will comfort me.
That's another thing. What the hell is a curse that can be so easily avoided? Even though Stefan decided to use the throw the baby out with the bathwater method. Maleficent's curse is one of the least thought out in the history of curses, and Stefan's response to it is one of the least thought out in the history of responses. I guess those other fairies are finally dead? What happened to them? Who knows? Probably jumped off a cliff trying to save Aurora, I guess.
I revoke the curse. Let it be known.
Well, I guess the last 16 years of waiting and messing with fairies by making their hats fall off was all worth it then, right?
I revoke the curse.
You already said that!
I revoke my curse!
I heard you the first 2 f***ing times!
I revoke my curse!
Oh, for f***'s sake.
That's all I wish to say about it.
What colour were they?
Jesus.
They never faltered. I could trust them.
Your wings? They were part of your body, right? Like, imagine saying this about your hands or fingers. It sounds pretty stupid, right? True love decoy. Man, it's a wonder this chick didn't die of some random forest thing all the time she spends unsupervised.
True love's kiss, remember? It can break the spell.
And for some reason, no one understands that the spell doesn't even have to be a thing, ever, as long as spindles stay out of her world. We're already worried that the handsome traveler guy might be her only hope, and she hasn't even touched a spinning wheel yet.
My aunt said it was an evil fairy. I can't remember her name.
Oh, nonsense. If they said it, you remember her name. Give me a break.
I have to find Aurora! Or the king will have our heads.
Why are you this far behind trying to find Aurora? The girl even went to the moors to see if the whole curse thing was true, but you're so far behind Aurora's already locked up in a room at the castle. Why is she checking out her finger? Oh yeah, that's a finger ripe for the pricking right there.
Looking for a girl.
Already? How long has it been since you were lost and looking for the castle? Like 1 hour? That's cheating. She finds the one undestroyed spinning wheel, which is only reconstructed by magic. Okay, whatever. But my main concern is, how have they been making linens and clothes for the last 16 years? Also, if the curse basically beckons you to prick your finger on a spinning wheel, what's the general point? Why not just make it so that she falls asleep on her 16th birthday and call it a day? If it's inevitable, then why go through the trouble of making the curse so specific? No, wait, stop, don't go into the spindle dungeon, you might prick yourself. I did everything I could to prevent this. Help.
If we go inside those walls, we'll never come out alive.
Except for the last time she did, with all that magic and stuff. Right? Right? Wait, last time we saw them, they were entering the castle. Now they're at some kind of iron thorn maze. The f***? Oh, that's in the castle? F*** you, movie. Ah, yes, using magic as a distraction is great, but forgetting that you can use magic on the guard without a distraction is pretty damn lame. What a surprise, the kiss didn't work. Now let's immediately head for frozen territory so that when Maleficent kisses her, it will work, because what a twist we've never seen before. The power of kissing takes a super long time to work for dramatic purposes cliché.
No truer love.
No truer love than the love of an evil fairy who cursed a girl to eternal slumber but then accidentally gained feelings for her through spending time together. You're absolutely right. Do they have metal nets set up in every room in this castle or just this one? Because that's a super lucky guess if that's the case.
Into a dragon.
But I can't do anything about this net. I don't even have the power to make it fly off me for some reason. I don't know how these soldiers aren't getting completely burned by the dragon's fire, but hey, maybe we can't ask for more from a thing that used to be a bird just a minute ago. I guess I'm just gonna have to accept this. Maleficent lets gravity decide this.
And she invited Aurora to see how the moors had been once.
Wasn't it still pretty awesome in the moors? Hell, she got to pet this thing, and nothing looked particularly awful. Now you're saying the moors had all this overgrowth and general awfulness the whole time Maleficent was sort of evil.
For I was the one they called Sleeping Beauty.
Roll credit. Oh, wait. Whoa, I thought this was about to play the Harry Potter theme music for a second. Movie literally has 9 minutes of closing credits.
It's moops. Moors! Moops!
What's all the fuss about?
We represent the Lollipop Guild, the Lollipop Guild.
Things at Hogwarts are far worse than I feared.
It's extremely rude. Don't listen to him, Balthazar. You're classically handsome.
I'm Groot.
I'm called Stefan.
New York's hottest club is Whimsy.
What's wrong? Your ring. Iron burns fairies.
Iron helps us play.
Who is the man in the suit?
Arise! Arise, riders of Theoden! Spears shall be shaken! Shields shall be splintered!
Listen well, all of you.
Look, I'm Woody. Howdy, howdy, howdy. I'm sorry that we crashed the vehicle and ruined someone's lawn.
Shoot her! Shoot her! Shoot her!
Sleeping Beauty.